Hello YouTube, it's me Justin, July 8th, 2018. It's about 9:31 a.m. Central Time. Um, First off, I just want to thank Rolling and his family. Jennifer and I went and spent the day out at his homestead yesterday, and it was a really good time to break away from YouTube politics, in a sense, in the news, and reflect on my cousin, and just, real good, wholesome fellowship. And so it was very enjoyable, and keep an eye out for some upcoming videos. But I want to talk about this civil unrest, civil war that's fast approaching, and we are in what many are calling a soft civil war. Now, what people are getting confused about with Civil War, they're thinking back in the 1800s, the North versus the South. This Civil War is basically, it's a spiritual war, good versus evil, and the far left radical parties attack and the call for civil war and violence against patriots, Christians, just proud. You don't have to be a Trump supporter, just a proud American. And I actually had the pleasure of, when I got in, we got in about 1 o'clock in the morning, had the pleasure to be greeted by a little Antifa member, and gonna give him some little bit of YouTube locked and loaded shout out, so to speak. And it's kind of a shame, the sheer ignorance and this person's belief. And I'm not going to read all the comments. You're more than welcome to go to the July 4th rant, Antifa, global elitist, dangerous far left ideology, Civil Unrest 2018 video. But basically he talks about, because where I did a warning people of what may happen on July 14th, or July 4th, pardon me, I'm still half asleep here. But then in some of the comments calling me and other people cowards, like we're afraid. No, when I call for the warnings are for the young children and the mothers and the elderly that have been beaten down and beaten up by this far left radical group, along with other new groups, the brown hats, and there's all kinds of new ones popping up left and right. But we are definitely in the middle of what you would call a soft civil war. And for them to say it's a conspiracy theory is absolutely, there's another delusional thought when the far left, even on the media, you've got Michael Moore, Bill Maher's, many other far left liberals that are just calling for massive violence, death to Senator Rand Paul and his family, and talking about cutting him open with an axe and dragging his intestines and his family's intestines all across their house. Just crazy stuff. And then calling for an uprise and full-blown admitting civil war in the future. And I believe we're in a soft civil war right now. But when I put those warnings out, it's not because I'm fearful or us patriots are fearful. It's the elderly woman that was in a wheelchair that got her ankle broken by Antifa from throwing bricks. Young children and mothers that are attacked, leaving Trump rallies, or just simply being misidentified. Because people have to live their lives, and if there's a rally and they've got to get through it to get to work or do what they do, they need to be vigilant. And those are the ones that I heed the warning to. Not us patriots, not us men that hold no fear towards Antifa. But there's one of the funny ones, which I gotta give credit, is that one of my comments back was, "Sweet dreams, kitten. Hugs. Night night. Some of us have to get up early for work. Talk to you later, my new BFF." And the comment was, "Have fun at work tomorrow, exploiting the working class and terrorizing black and poor communities. Piggy." Okay, well, my comment back to that was laughing my butt off. I work right alongside blacks, Mexicans every day, silly little goose. P.S. I'm 3/4 Native American and 1/4 Welsh Irish. Do your research on indentured servants. My ancestors on both sides got screwed over. Indentured servants worked side by side with the slaves, and my Native American ancestors, well, I'm sure you learned about that in 5th grade. Night, sweet pea. So anyways, all these nasty comments thrown at me didn't bother me one bit. I got a kick out of it, and it's just actually in one comment I put I said, "Laughing my butt off. Seriously, kitten, I'm trying to get to sleep. Eat your Play-Doh and get some sleep. Tomorrow is a big day full of confusion for you. Silly little fella. Night." Kill him with kindness, so to speak. I'm not going to fall into the trap, but just thought I wanted to do a quick little video of just, once again, the sheer hypnotic trance that the far left ideology has over these young minds that have been indoctrinated through these far left college professors and even high school teachers. And when I heed warnings, I don't heed warnings for people like such as myself, or patriots, or even people like Rolling and Boneyard, Sam Drake, and many of those that will lay down their lives for their family and their friends. We do not fear that. We do not fear the far left, by no means. We do not fear evil. So don't get that take that in the wrong context when I put out warnings. It's for children, women, and the elderly, because Antifa loves to beat up the elderly. They like to pick on little 15-year-old kids. There's that video gone viral where that man's probably about 6'2", 275 pounds, and rips the hat off of a 15-year-old and throws a glass of his tea in his face and starts cussing him out and steals his Make America Great hat, mega hat. And that just goes to show you that they pick on the weak. Now, if that would have been 4 Marines sitting at the table wearing the hats, that coward would have continued to walk on and not said a word. So there's a big difference. When we say, be careful, be vigilant, we're not talking about the ones like us that aren't afraid, that hold no fear. We're talking about the weak. And Antifa, you all know that you prey on the weak. You cover your faces like cowards. You carry mace. You carry batons. And I'm seeing a lot of viral videos going to where a lot of y'all are getting knocked out so easily. It's like you could brush your face with a feather and knock you out cold. So you all need to really figure out what side you're on, because you are collateral damage, and you're just puppets for George Soros. Yeah, you get to go pay your little paycheck, or cash your little paycheck, and you're funded by George Soros. You're funded by evil, and you call us Nazis. And do your research on George Soros. He was a Jewish man back in the day who helped round up Jews for the Nazis. Look up the videos where he admits it. And you want to scream Nazis at Donald Trump supporters are just patriots, and men and women that fought and lost their lives, true American heroes. So you have the right to do your little rallies Why is it unfair for Christian prayer rallies and patriotic rallies, and you want to shut them up and shut them down, but you have the right to protest, not violently, but you have the right to protest? That's extremely hypocritical and delusional. And socialism and communism is what you all preach. Well, if you were in a socialist and communist country and you pulled that stunt like you always do, you'd be shot and dead by the government, and you'd probably be in prison for life. So I think you need to rethink the freedoms that you truly do have here in America, and quit sitting there pulling a race card about everything. And once again, my whole life I've worked alongside of African Americans and Mexicans in Honduras, and because I'm in the construction industry. So to tell me that I'm going to work to suppress colored people and poor people just goes to show your ignorance once again. So anyways, check out, be ready for some videos from Rolling and I from yesterday. It was a wonderful time we had, and thanks again for everybody's thoughts and prayers, and my cousin Tommy and that side of the family. Truly means a lot, and I'll get to all the comments today. So yes, we are facing civil war, but it's a whole different type of civil war, and we're locked and loaded 100%, and there is a silent majority. So you might want to ease your rhetoric, because it will turn around eventually in time and backfire and turn around and bite you on the ass big time. Pardon my French. Fear no man, never fear death. Get right with God, fight the good fight, and always stay locked and loaded 100%. Later.